Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Apple just came up with an exchange offer with your kidney and this headset. It's a very good price for your kidney, and it does help your eyes. You guys probably know that Apple released this piece of brick and bitch slapped all the people who are Apple fans out there. Now, here's why I think it's a good move by Apple, but at the same time, it's dumb move by you if you buy this product. Now, for those of you who seem to be out of date, this product is a headset which uses augmented reality and an amazing operating system which is closed source enough to extract the most amount of data from you to bring you this amazing thing which has never been invented by anybody else before, a normal computer. Yeah, which is what I think is the problem for this piece of product. Why would you buy this heavy piece of brick to put on yourself, which at the end of the day does the exact dumb stuff which MacBooks and iPhones could do, if not worse, literally? Now, of course, as I had the look of the eyes of Marcus Brownlee, I easily got to know that this product is not made for the masses. It's not made for most people in the world. And after looking at the price tagged by the who walk around with golden toilets, I soon got to know that I was sure that I don't think Apple is even trying to sell this to as many people as possible, as in, it's not trying to make a profit off of this product. This product, I think, is the right move by Apple. It's basically making the first move to like merge interfaces of desktops and PCs to augmented reality. It's basically moving people's mindset from using normal screens to having seamless immersions into like the world you're living, and suddenly there's some shit which comes off of nowhere and you realize that it's augmented reality. That kind of shit that's being done by Apple, but it's slowly being done so that you don't realize that in the next few years this same piece of product is probably going to be 1,000 times more powerful than what it is now. Okay, maybe not 1,000, but you get my point. Apple is trying to make its first move to get into AR market so that it could make it more seamless when it comes to the software, the operating system, the workflow they get, and hopefully nothing's new for people. Everything's already seen. Not to mention they could easily have some extra time for themselves to update their operating systems in a appropriate manner. Let's start with the actual use cases it markets itself with. It says that it should be used for, at least, for watching movies, for basic interfaces to go around, for recording videos, for small video calls, and finally for using a MacBook but with a bigger, huge piece of display on yourself. And I'm gonna tell you why it makes itself difficult to use for all of these use cases. First of all, the displays. Sure, you could use it as a secondary display or like primary display if you want, but why? I'd rather look at the MacBook and then, edit whatever I want, although I don't have a MacBook yet, rather than having this heavy piece of headset on myself for doing whatever I want, which I could, however, watch if I was like seeing a MacBook itself. You get the problem which I'm going through, right? Maybe, of course, it does give a better experience of watching whatever you're watching in the MacBook. But let's say you're watching a movie which is like 3 hours long. Well, the battery life itself is 2 hours, provided your battery is 100% charged, which I don't think it's charged to 100% all the time, which makes it even more difficult to use at all. So, watching movies, I don't think you could watch the complete movie, but maybe if you want to watch, I mean, a half of a movie, maybe you could. But again, it is heavy, which might not be an issue for a short term if you are watching like a 2-minute video, but could cause an issue if you are watching like a longer video format. Next up, we have video calling. I mean, sure, you could do video calls with this product, but the problem again I find is the camera. Well, of course, you might realize that this headset cannot take a picture of you and then project it directly to the people in the video call. So, what it does is that it uses its highly powered cameras to scan your face and then use that 3D image to create another AI kind of model, which is gonna mimic the way your face would probably be looking in the video call, and then show that to the people in the video conference. And you might see how weird your face might get if you're, just talking around. Who knows? Like, uh, I've seen augmented reality, and it's pretty dumb if you want to mimic a face into a 3D model, and it looks kind of cringe. So yeah. And also, I'm not gonna lie, I would rather just use my phone for video calls. Like, there's nothing extra I would get if I'm using this headset, which I would not get if I'm using a phone. Like, what would I get if I'm using this headset? There's nothing. Maybe a better experience, but that doesn't matter in a video call. Like, come on, what would you get? A better bloom around the screen? And that doesn't make any difference compared to the amount of disadvantages you get to this. The next thing we have is using this as a recording thing, basically a camera for recording, and it immerses you into the camera so that you see whatever the camera is recording. Now, the problem I find with this one is, well, why? Why would you want to have this headset on all the time while you're recording something instead of just pulling up your phone if you want to record that much? I mean, again, there's no difference you would find in this. You could do the same thing in the phone, and the disadvantage I would find is in the headset, where it's not only heavy for your head, but it's also costly enough to sell your kidneys. And the same problem goes to the rest of the issues this thing has. There's no problem solved by this piece of product. I mean, if I had to force myself to get an advantage out of this product, it would probably be a better experience and feel, a better immersion into what you're doing. But I don't see how this would affect the work I'm doing. Like, for example, if I'm using a text editor to code, and if I decide to just put on this headset, there's nothing this headset would do to the text editor or myself to improve the code, or like, I mean, you get my point. I could do this in the screen, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's no problem being solved by the better experience I would get with this. Of course, it does make it seamless, but this kind of seamlessness is not even useful, to be honest. Like, what would you get? A better shadow from the screen you would get, and a bloom around the surroundings of whatever you're watching. And again, that's not useful for anybody. Not to mention, it's a lot of battery waste, I guess. Talking about the CPU, it is quite powerful with the M2 and the R1 chip inside their headset, which I'm not gonna lie is a bit powerful. But again, you're not gonna be using this amazingly powerful headset for anything but watching a 30-minute long movie, if not more. But again, you're gonna get severe neck injuries because of the weight it carries. It also does not have controllers, it completely uses your fingers, and it senses your fingers to go around the interface. Like, you touching your index and thumb finger is gonna trigger the clicking effect, and you looking at a particular icon would be like a cursor, which I'm not gonna lie is an impressive piece of technology. But again, Apple did not launch this because they want this product to be sold. They probably launched this to, just make themselves ease into the AR world, and then probably like improve themselves as time passes by. And maybe in the future, this product could be better than what it is right now, good enough to be used by mass amount of people, and of course cheap enough to be not exchanged by a kidney. Yeah. So with that said, I guess that's really about it. That's all I want to rant about this product. Hope you guys enjoyed. Smash like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.